Funny story. I talked about growing up on the res and having to fight, and I talked about how hurt people hurt people. Well, this has to do with hurting people hurting people. Sixth grade, I live in El Paso, Texas. I had only been there for about a year, and I moved to a new school. First day of school, biggest attitude. I walked in and I slammed my backpack on my desk and I sat down with an attitude, and everybody was just looking at me like, what the heck is wrong with this girl? I was already like trying to show everybody I'm tough, don't mess with me. The first day of school, there was this cute boy. Me and him were just making eyes at each other the whole time. Well, later on, I made some friends and they were like, hey, just letting you know, he was dating some girl last year and she's not here yet, but she's coming back to school. So I already kind of was like, oh, who's this girl? And me and him like had a thing going on. We had started things. So about 2 weeks later, she shows up to school and she ends up sitting, we're in the cafeteria. I'm facing this way, she's facing the other way, and she kind of sits like right behind me. And I turn around and I look at her and we make eye contact and I just say, B, like I call her I don't cuss, so a bee with an itch, I call her. And she's just like, what? And so I started beef with this girl. But I mean, because I was like bullied and all this other stuff throughout the years, like I felt like I had to prove myself, and you know what I mean? And two, it was like, don't mess with me. And so yeah, it was just, me and this girl, we did end up becoming best friends later on throughout the year. I mean, in the beginning, it was kind of tough. We were, beefing, but then we became friends. And and come to find out, she was from Tucson too. Again, we're living in El Paso. She's from Tucson. And I ended up going away to Argentina for a few years with my family, and then we come back to Tucson and come to find out she's here, and we end up working at the same job together. So I got to see her for a little bit. I don't know what she's doing now. That was me just being a hurting kid, new place, don't want the same thing to happen to me, so had to be tough, So if you have kids that bully and all this other stuff, like there's always a reason there, because hurt people. So trying to get down to why are they the way they are and whatnot. That's my job now. That's what I do today.